Welcome, everybody. Hi, my name is Afrin Khan, so you can say both of those names, Nasi, but I am a Khan, a proud Khan member, and just thank you to I Am Perspective for hosting this event that spotlights amazing women. Delisha, just thanks for bringing the energy and raising the vibe.
Hey, honey, how you feeling? What's the matter? I'm
Thanks.
still in the conference.
Hold on one second.
Let me get five.
Let me.
Yeah, she's sleeping. She's sleeping.
You can hear me. Can you just mute before I find you?
Let us sleep. Let us sleep. I'm in the class now, please.
There we go. All right, so one of the reasons I love virtual stages is that we get to eavesdrop on other people's conversation. No, that's not why. It's that we get to come together and have important conversations about things like this. And Nassim Jarrell asked me to talk about empowerment. I love the introduction that you gave me, Jarrell. I love creating collaborative communities. So my time here in the next 5 minutes is going to be something that I want to co-create with all of you. So I see there's 38 people in the room. And if you are listening in, but you're not on video, I'm asking, you don't have to, but I ask that you come on to camera for this so that we can co-create a conversation about empowerment, because to change everything, to change the things that you want to do in the world, it's not going to be you alone. It's going to take a community. So unstop that video. Let's see who you are. Let's come on to video and just put your name and where you're listening in from so I can see who's in the room. To me, this is like a cousin's room. I got married over 10 years ago, and we had a separate cousin's room. We had 750 people at our wedding, and a separate room was for 40 of us with Nisi and Izzy just hanging out so that we can have a really intimate conversation. So I'm already relating to all of you like family. And come on, come into the chat room. Let me see. Inez from Lawrenceville. Who else do we have here? I'm located in Orlando, Florida. I'm originally from Queens, New York, though. So I would love to see where our other family members are here. Garth from Queens. Awesome. Evan from Bronx. Tiffany from Queens. Lots of Queens love in here. Brooklyn, love Brooklyn as well. Great. So I see the chat thread lighting up. So thank you for that. So let's now talk about empowerment. And I first want to ask you, in your life, how do you assess how you're empowered? So just start answering that in the chat room. Like I assess it, I don't assess it, or I consider myself to be empowered most of the time. Like, how is your approach to empowerment? And as you're writing that in, oh, cool, I see family from Cuba, originally from New Jersey. Great. So, it may sound like a interesting question. I think Janapriya is saying a level of productivity, that she measures empowerment through the level of productivity. I've been obsessed with empowerment for over the last 15 years. I've done a lot of self-development work. And in my experience, I've really broken it down into 9 specific elements, which I call the elements to thrive. And I'm going to go through each one of these. And this is where it becomes really interactive, is I want you to go through this journey with me over the next 4 minutes about the ABCs of empowerment, the ABCs of empowerment. So A is assessing the areas of life that are really important to us, and then measuring if you are empowered or if you're not empowered in that area. And when you start to assess, you'll start to open up ideas of where you have to get to work on these certain areas. So let's go through some of these elements of thriving. So the first element of thriving is your area of work. And what I want you to put into the chat room is either I am, right? So you can work hashtag I am, meaning you are empowered in the area of work, or hashtag I will. That maybe you're not empowered in that area, but you know that you will take the actions to get empowered in that area. So this is just assessment. There's no judgment, but just under the first area of work, I am, right? Little nod to I am perspective. I am empowered, or I will, right? Great. So I see a lot of I am. So that's the first area. The next area that you want to write down, and it's important to write down the area I'm listing because we're going to go through several of them. So for the next one, write down relationships, I am, or I will. So you first want to write down the area we're working on, relationships, and then either I am empowered in relationships or I will. Great. I see some people are a little mixed there. Some people are, some people are working on it. All right, next area is regarding your health. So your health, are you I am, or are you in the category of I will? Right, so we covered work, relationships, health. Great, Inez, I see you. Health, I am empowered. Great. Let's talk about wealth. Wealth is the next area in the elements of thrive. In the area of wealth, I am empowered or I will be empowered. Got it, Loris? I am empowered in relationship. Miriam, great. Wealth, I am. Lori, I got it. So that means you will be empowered, right? There's work to do. There's a gap because you can't declare that you are. So really, this is just taking stock, taking inventory, and of diagnosing your level of empowerment. All right, next area is learning. So learning is like, how many of you there's something that you want to take on? Maybe you want to learn how to be a public speaker, or you want to learn how to build a business, or learn another language, learn how to be better on Instagram, learn how to do a certain level of performing. So there's different things that we take on in terms of learning. The things that you're taking on right now in terms of learning, are you doing those things? So either I am or I will, right? In the area of learning, and this really goes back to, as you're filling this in, when I have been studying over the past decade about what has people thrive, an element that has people thrive is they're always learning. They're always taking on the next step. And I think that this group is inside of really being hungry. Why would we be here together on a Saturday unless we were committed to learning, to empowering ourselves, to leveling up all the areas of life that are important to us? So learning, I will be. Great. Thank you, Maryfield, for sharing that. All right, next topic is adventure. So this may be tricky, right? We've had some limitations about really having the ability to travel if adventure is part of your experience of travel. But I think that some people have gotten really creative about this. So again, the topic is adventure. How much adventure have you had? And can you say that I am empowered about adventure, or I will be? Maybe you're starting to plan what you can do now that there's a little bit of some flexibility in moving around, right? So adventure is another element to thrive. Yes, life is death without adventure. Empowered for sure. Great, Landa. All right, the next area is spirituality or religion. So you can say I am or I will be. I am empowered or I will be empowered. A lot of I ams. This is an incredible group. I love that. All right, let's talk about the next area, which is the area of well-being. So well-being, a lot of people ask me what that really means, and that means your environment. It's your physiologic and the location that you're in, your home environment, geographic environment. That's what we consider well-being. That does your environment support you? So either I am empowered or I will be empowered. And then the last element of thriving is contribution. And I saved this for last because I usually find that most people are empowered around contribution, but you can write down I am or I will be. I am or I will be. So my invitation for you is to go back and look at any area where you wrote I will. It is today that you get to draw that line in the sand and you get to start working on the area that you will be, because I promise that it's likely that if you're not fueling that area where you're not empowered, it's causing you burnout and it's going to cause you to be disempowered. And what you need to do is to start creating your life inside of the Thrive Life, which I call these 8 areas of thriving. So that's what I wanted to bring to your attention so that you can really get to work on empowering your life from a holistic perspective. Nusi and Jarrell, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share something that I really care about. I'm passing the mic back to you.